Hi Scorpio, and welcome to March. This is your message for the month ahead. I hope you're doing well, and I hope the year has started well for you. I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to give you a card for the past, present and future, and I'm also going to give you an advice card and a final outcome card based on whether you take the advice that's offered. Okay, so first card out, what you've been experiencing in the recent past. Okay, so there's been a lot of information coming at you, hasn't there? A lot of information, trying to weigh up all the facts, trying to use your mind, trying to be very strategic about things. There's also a lot of curiosity around you, possibly wanting to learn something new. It could be spiritual curiosity, it could be that you're opening up to new ideas, but it feels as if there could be a lot going on around you generally. It could be in the workplace, it could be at home, it could be in the family situation where you are being asked to use your mind very cleverly, to think things through, to make powerful and important decisions, and you could be feeling a little bit indecisive, but you're definitely being asked to follow your your curiosity moving forward. It feels as if you've been a little bit vigilant, hyper vigilant, maybe a little bit self-protective, a little bit not calculated, but just watching, people, situation, things around you, and wondering, who's thinking what and what do they mean, and what, try not to do that too much, because I don't feel that that's doing you any good at the moment. I feel that there is a natural suspicion, or there has been around you, maybe for the past few months, and sometimes that's good. Sometimes that can help us to foresee trouble that's coming down the line and to protect ourselves, but sometimes that can be unwarranted. But let's see what the cards say. Where you are at the moment, your home seems to be supporting your happiness somehow, so that's something, isn't it? That's something that you can trust, something that you can rely on. So it looks as if this is a lovely period of, family healing, things changing, nice surprises, partnerships, people working together, a little bit of teamwork. Maybe there have been some rifts in the family and these have been healed, or that's where you are right now. You're in a state of healing. So you're being asked to try not to worry too much about the things that are not working or that you're suspicious of, and try to focus on the family things. You're trying to figure out what you really want going forward, Scorpio. You're coming into a period where you are really going to be trying to get in touch with your feelings. You're really, really, really trying to get in touch with what it is that you really want in life, whether you're happy. Are you happy on the journey that you've been on, where you've felt very insecure, a little bit suspicious, a little bit cautious? That could be in a workplace, and it could be that your home has been the saving grace of your life. Who knew that could be a thing for you, right? Because you've been through some tough times with family and with relationships and partnerships, but it feels as if that's been actually quite nurturing for you during a difficult phase, and it does feel as if that is going to continue, but that nurturing is also causing you to become more self-nurturing, or it could be you've experienced some health challenges or some sort of difficulties where you thought that you would receive sympathy from another place, but it's come from a direction that you really weren't expecting, and it's restored a lot of harmony and balance in your life and in the home. But now you're wondering what you really want in the future going forward, and trying to recognize how things might need to shift in certain areas. Maybe there needs to be a little bit of a change in your work or in certain groups. Not an ending, but just things need to be rebalanced or rethought, reimagined, if you like. Your advice, Scorpio. Okay, you seem to be overwhelmed at the moment. You've got too many responsibilities, so perhaps some of the change for you is going to be having a word with someone who needs to understand that you feel overwhelmed sometimes, and releasing some of the burdens. Maybe you've already done that recently. Maybe you've made some decisions that will allow you to let go of this feeling of this uphill struggle. You've got the 9 of Wands. I might have said that already. 9 of Wands as your advice card, which is basically saying delegate, let go of some of the burdens, or let someone know that you need help and that you feel overburdened sometimes. And if you do that, the card of your outcome, if you followed the advice, it is a transformation on every level. You have been needing within yourself to have some kind of inner transformation take place. You've got the Death card, which is actually your card. I feel in this case it's not going to be about an ending. It could be for some. It could be that you decide to end something that is just not serving your highest good anymore. Maybe you've outgrown a situation. Maybe it just doesn't feel right for you anymore and you need to say no to something or someone. Or it could be that you learn finally the Scorpio mission, which is how to assert your boundaries lovingly and kindly for your highest good and for your greatest benefit and for your ultimate happiness. You're going to release something, you're going to cleanse something, you're going to purge something that's been holding you back or weighing you down or making you feel overwhelmed and overburdened, and it's going to allow you to have more happiness in life, more freedom. I'm going to pick some oracle cards for you, Scorpio. I do feel this change coming in March, from March to May, I've just heard, so it's going to take a little bit of time, and the first stage is the recognition that something needs to change. I've just heard stop, so I want to pick 3 cards to give you a little bit more detail about what's coming when you start to make these changes and these transitions. You've got strengthen your boundaries. You just can't make this stuff up, can you? It is a kind of magic. Yeah, so interesting, Scorpio, that this is what you're being asked to do, because it seems strange in a way that you haven't been able to do that, because Scorpios don't usually have a problem with boundaries. It could be that you've become very close to the situation or to a person. Maybe there is a blurring of boundaries where the professional and the personal have become intermingled or blurred, and so now you no longer feel safe putting down a strong boundary because there are friendships, or there is a partnership, a relationship or something, or maybe you work with a partner, maybe it's business and pleasure being mixed, and that's made it a little bit blurry and difficult for you. But I feel that from March to May, you're going to start to say, no, that doesn't matter. I've got to think about my own health, my own well-being, my own happiness, and you're going to start to put a boundary in place that helps you to enjoy things again. So things that some of the enjoyment has gone out of some of the things that you used to love. Either that, or you're going to put boundaries in place they're not going to be appreciated, and you will move on to something else. It's going to be a very decisive few months for you, and I feel it all kicks off, if you like, in March. Yeah, it starts. You get the realization, you get the awakening, the transformation begins. You've also got open your heart. So for some of you Scorpios, you really need to look at the perspectives of the other people involved, and to see that it doesn't necessarily have to be an ending, that maybe other people are struggling and therefore it hasn't been possible or easy for them to see where you're struggling and that you're in difficulties. And it feels as if, and my guides are saying, there needs to be a win-win. There needs to be a recognition on all sides that everyone is struggling right now. I got into a conversation with someone recently. People always talk to me on the street, in the supermarket, at the bus stop. And someone was saying to me, no one is really that well since the whole thing that happened a few years ago, and we kind of have to give each other grace a little bit more, because some people have found it's a bit more difficult to express themselves. Some people find it a little bit more difficult to go out and socialise. Some people find it harder to feel open, to feel safe, safe with life and within the world, or that there's enough time for everything. So let's just give each other grace while we're still healing and coming back to life, if you like. Your final card is expect the best. So again, I have to say, Scorpio, look for the win-win and expect that this can all work out beautifully in a way that suits everyone and is for the highest good of all. There doesn't have to be a catastrophic, difficult, challenging, unpleasant, acrimonious ending here. This can be something where people can... Some of you might be ending a marriage. Some of you might be dissolving a partnership, and it might involve little people. So maybe that's going to be the thing that allows you to open your heart and to come to a kinder conclusion, a kinder resolution, rather than it's sort of a brutal, harsh ending, but I do feel for a lot of you this is about a change in work and in a blurring of boundaries somehow. For some it could be that you are actually ending a relationship where you've been working with a partner, or you're ending the partnership and keeping the relationship, something like that. The overall message for you in March, Scorpio, is to let people know how you feel, to open your heart and have the courage to speak honestly and openly, and to expect that the best results will come from doing that. Because, to put it in a nutshell, change needs to happen, and it does seem to need to start right about now. Alright, so good luck, have a great March, and I hope to speak to you soon. Please comment below and let me know how this message resonated for you. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me and go into greater depth, the links are all below the video. I also do spiritual coaching and mentoring, and I teach others how to use their gifts. So if that's something that you're interested in, have a look at the links below the video. Even if you like or share this video, that will help me to grow. Thank you so much, Scorpio, and I hope to be in touch with you again soon, or to actually work with you in person. Have a great March. Speak to you soon.